What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today we got another lit episode in Pokemon Unite. I am going to be talking all about the center lane. This is a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and sometimes this subject makes me rage because there are some people out there who just will not play the center lane correctly. And it's so important for winning the game! So today I'm going to talk about all of the things that you are doing wrong on the center lane and all the things that you need to do right on the center lane, according to my opinion. Alright, now you guys know I play Garchomp exclusively. I am a Garchomp master. I can get 200 points in a game. I even had a 300-point game, and I can't find the video for it, but I swear I did. I'm gonna go look it up and find it. Anyway, 300 points, you guys, that's crazy. In a ranked match, in Masters, it is possible. You have to play super hard during the early game, during the mid game, and during the late game. You gotta score those goals, and it can only be done if you're a really good center lane. I'll explain why. Here we go, you guys. I am playing my own Garchomp center lane. I always go for the Bouffalante and for the Ludicolo because those bonuses are so important. Some people do not understand how important those bonuses are. Now, look at my center lane. Less than a minute into the game, I am already running with the bottom lane. And look what we are doing. Let's go. Keep up the pressure. That's right. We just scored huge goals. We just got a massive amount of XP. We got all of the Bs because the enemy wasn't even there because we defeated them. And look at me. I'm going right back to get another Bouffalante and another Ludicolo. This is perfect center lane strategy right here. All of my team members just got a huge XP bonus from scoring their goals and defeating those two enemy Pokemon. And guess what? Now the enemy team is at a huge disadvantage because they didn't get that XP, they didn't get those goals, and they didn't get anything except for defeated by me in my bottom lane. And guess what? Now we're 2.5 minutes into the game and I'm doing the exact same thing on the top lane. I'm getting the bottom lane to score those goals. I'm getting the top lane to score those goals. And once again, we got all the Bs. I'm telling you guys, I know how to play the center lane. Look what I did with the center crabs. Look exactly what I did with those center crabs. Ignore them. You get so much more XP from scoring goals and defeating the enemy Pokemon. Why would you stand around and defeat stupid crabs? It's the biggest waste of time. You do not have time for those crabs, all right? The only reason I will go for those crabs is if both of the bosses are taken out, and luckily my team did me a solid and I didn't have to run all the way to the top lane to get that boss. I was able to go and do whatever I want, go and jungle like I'm supposed to be doing on the center lane, go and get the Bouffalante again, go and get all those NPC Pokemon that are just hanging out on the map waiting to get destroyed so I can get to level 10 as quickly as possible. And yes, I did get to level 10 before the 5-minute mark because that is how you play the center lane. Get that XP, defeat the enemy Pokemon. That's right, stay in there until the last second, get as many kills as you can get, stack up that XP, and score a goal if you get a chance. Alright, you guys, let's keep this one going. Center lane is intense, and you have to play the entire 10-minute match. It is not just about the beginning, it is not just about the middle, and it's certainly not just about the end. You need to be scoring goals the entire match. The center lane should have the highest score by the end of the match. If you don't, just play a better center lane, score more goals. You're there to score goals. The point of the game is to score the goals. It is not rubble, get the orange team. It is score goals. The point of the game is not just to defeat the orange team over and over again. It doesn't matter how many kills you have at the end of the game. Just score some goals, please. All right, now you can see I am taking super focus on the bosses. I have gone for every single boss so far, aside from the one that my team got for me. That was really nice of them. That usually doesn't happen, but way to go. We happened to get the Dreadnought without them, and they happened to get the Rotom without us. That's pretty rare, but it does happen. Sometimes, very rarely, I'll admit, but it does happen. All right, keep it going. We got to score some more goals. I put the Rotom in the top and immediately ran to the bottom. Why? Because they're going to go run for the Rotom on the top. They're not going to be thinking about the bottom. Easy way to score, get some XP, get some more goals, keep on scoring, keep it going. All right, here we go again. Ludicolo and Bouffalante. Any chance you get to get them, they give you bonuses. You need those bonuses. Those bonuses will decrease the enemy Pokemon once they get low on health and decrease their speed as soon as you hit them. When you you can decrease the enemy speed, that is a huge debuff in this game, so you need to destroy those Pokemon and go for the bosses. People say don't go for the Dreadnought before Zapdos. I don't think that's true. Go for the Dreadnought. If you need to hang out for a while and defend the Zapdos, no big deal. If you're doing so well that you're getting Dreadnought anyway, you probably should get it and just have the bonus and just have the shield. You never know what you'll do with that shield. Alright, so you do get a little bit of a debuff from taking that Dreadnought right before the Zapdos, but it's not the end of the world. Your team should be able to take the shield and use it to their advantage. You don't necessarily have to take down the Zapdos in order to win. It's not the most important thing. As long as you can take over the other team and keep them from doing anything, then that's way more important than getting the Zapdos. You can see we are going to get the Zapdos on this match, but it doesn't matter. There's so little time that who cares? Yeah, we'll get a couple of goals, but we were already going to win this match, so it's all good. It's just a couple of extra goals to make sure we get those top scores and get really, really good points at the end of the match. No big deal. Just want to get a couple of extra medals. We're winning this one because I played a good center lane. The center lane must back up the team. You can see that we have way higher levels than the enemy team. They are super mad right now. They can't even keep up. They can't compete. That's because I got us the early lead by taking my bottom lane to get that XP, taking my top lane to get that XP, and guess who has the highest score? Oh, riddle me this. It's Jonno playing that center lane like a boss. I gotta say, you guys, brush the dirt off my shoulders because I feel really good about that performance. Now, let's go and take a look at something that's a little bit different here, okay? I want you to take note of the name of the Pokemon trainer who is playing Garchomp during this match, all right? I don't understand why this person decided to play Garchomp the way that they decided to play. Center lane is actually a really good place for Garchomp, as you have already seen, and I play a mean center lane Garchomp, but this person took the Garchomp before I could get it. Sad day, so I had to play my defender, just gonna play some support and see if I can back them up, but they won't back us up. Can't get them to do anything. Look at what little Garchomp is doing. It's gone from, let's see, it's gone from the center path over back to the center path. All right, it is not with our team. It is not doing anything useful whatsoever. It's basically just trying to chase us around. Can't get anywhere near us. Oh, just chased us around and went back to the center path. Literally came down to the bottom path, did absolutely nothing, and now is back jungling on the center path on the Bouffalante again. Didn't score a single point, didn't help us out whatsoever. Now we're getting defeated by the enemy team and we can't do anything about it. And what's he doing? Defeating crabs. Oh, really good use of your time. Defeating crabs while we're all trying to take out the enemy team, trying to get scored, chasing down the enemy team, getting 2v3'd by the enemy team. Oh yeah, 3 enemy team members versus 2 of our enemy team members, but can we get the center lane to come and help out? No, gotta beg this dude to come and hang out, and even after I beg him, he's still just jungling, taking the bees. He actually doesn't come and do any damage to any enemy Pokemon, just comes down there and decides to take out some bees and get destroyed, and then he's back to center lane jungling again. We can't get him to do anything, and all he wants to do is try to harass me with the in-game messages because I made the mistake of asking for help. Oh my goodness, I am such a horrible teammate. I asked for help. I am terrible. Now this person has officially quit the game. They will not help us do anything for the rest of the match. They just got their Unite move. What are they gonna do? 3v1 the enemy team. Yeah, that's right, 3v1 the enemy team. Okay, that's gonna work out real well for you. You're gonna 3v1 the enemy team. Okay, meanwhile, the rest of the team is getting the boss, trying to get the boss, but we keep on getting snaked from the boss because we can't get anybody to come and do any damage, let alone our center lane, who is still, by the way, jungling in the center lane, picking off every single NPC Pokemon you can possibly pick off in the center lane, and wait for it, they're gonna beg to quit the match pretty soon. Oh yeah, really great center lane action right there. Carrying around maximum score, but won't score it. Carrying around great XP, actually really good XP. It'd be nice to have them on our team helping us out defeating enemy Pokemon, but nope, can't get them to do that either. They just want to run around and attack the NPC Pokemon, but not the bosses. Not the bosses. No, no, no. Forget the bosses. Don't go anywhere near the bosses. That would help out the team too much. No, I certainly don't want to do that. Now we've got the rest of my team begging everybody else to gather at the Dreadnought. The rest of the team has figured out what are these people doing. I cannot believe they're actually doing this. Why won't you gather here? So now other people on the team are starting to beg to please have them come and help us out. Nope, they won't help out. Still carrying around a max score, still going to defeat NPC Pokemon off on the sides, not scoring any goals, not doing any attacks against the enemy Pokemon, totally trolling our game and doing absolutely nothing. Can we get our center lane to just back us up one fight during this entire game? One fight, just coming back up the team one time. I can't get them to come near me, so I'm gonna have to go near them. I'm just gonna have to chase them down and actually play with them. Once we get through the bosses, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I am a defender and I'm supposed to be with Garchomp, so I am gonna play my lane correctly and go sit right on top of Garchomp and do what I'm supposed to do and defend Garchomp and try to win this battle. But can I get Garchomp to actually participate? No, we cannot get Garchomp to participate. They're too busy attacking NPC Pokemon, 3v1ing the enemy team, and getting knocked out and being out for 18 seconds at a time. Sweet, great way to play Garchomp. That sounds like me when I first started playing the game. I don't know how these people actually make it to Masters. This is the thing I'll never understand. How did you get to Masters playing this way? I don't know. It must just be total luck. Maybe people say the same thing about me, but you can tell with my 250 point games, yeah, we got a little bit of skill going on over here, and my center lane is a little tiny bit beast. Now, what I'm gonna do to try to save this game is come back with as many scores as I possibly can. I already know it's a tight game. It wouldn't take much to come back, so let's just score as many points as I can. I'm getting very, very small points, so I can score them instantly. I have enough score shield to where nobody can take me out as long as I score 10 to 15 points. So I'm gonna do that, try and get out of there, and just get the biggest score that I can possibly get. And even if we lose, I'll feel good that I had a higher score than everybody else, which is exactly what is about to happen. All right, get ready for it. We're about to see the most amazing score that you have ever seen. Garchomp managed to score an amazing 0 points. Wow! Whoa, good job! You jungled NPC Pokemon literally the entire game and scored 0 points. Whoa, what a performance! Amazing! Alright, you guys. Alright, don't worry about it because we can always make it up with another strong MVP performance from my center lane Garchomp. Get ready for it, you guys. This is the eternal justice about to come down from the heavens. Oh yes, that is right. Jonno's center lane Garchomp versus the exact same dudes. Center lane Garchomp, mano y mano. Let's see who has got the better Garchomp. It's about to go down in the squared circle. Alright, you guys, so I will say before this match gets started that I have got such good communication with my people. I always try to go center lane, and then if somebody else wants the center lane, I just give it up to them. But you know what? I called the center lane and nobody else called it, and they were super nice and let me take it. Some people don't fully understand that Garchomp is a perfectly acceptable center lane. Some people do understand it. So very kind of the rest of my team to let me go center lane. I appreciate that. And guess who's playing Garchomp on the other team? Let's see which lane they go. All right, it's about to go down. All right, here comes my Garchomp on center lane again. Let's chase down that little dog thing. I never remember the name of that dog thing. We got Ludicolo, we got Bouffalant, and then we have to go immediately to one of the lanes and back them up. I always try to take a look at the minimap. You should be looking at the minimap constantly. Look at where the enemy team is and look at where your team is and count them, okay? Count them. If you see a 2v2, go make it a 3v2. If you see a 3v2 going against your team, go back up your team. It should be 3v3. Don't let them get 2v3'd or whatever. That's terrible. You don't want them to get taken out like that. You got to back them up. You have to be watching the lanes. You have to be watching the minimap and see where everybody is at. You can see that I even had time to plug in my controller when I was low battery and get some health back, and I am backing up the top lane, helping them score as much as I can anyway, trying to knock out the enemy team. And then as soon as my Bouffalant and my Ludicolo are back, I have to go back to center lane because my top priority is getting to level 10 as fast as possible, and specifically getting to level 6 as fast as possible because I am so useless until I get there. And that's why I went down to this lane and I'm just moving Pokemon around. I'm taking them with me. I'm putting them in my base because that's a better place for me to fight. I'm using my mobility to put people right where I want them. I'm using the minimap to tell my team where I want them to be. I want them to be right there on that Dreadnought, which I'm pretty sure they already know, but just in case they don't know, I always try to give a little helpful hint like, yo guys, let's get down there. All right, I always try to move the Pokemon around, put them in a place where they're not supposed to be, put them where they don't want to be, take them out of their base. You do not want the enemy Pokemon in their base fighting you. Take them out of your base, use your mobility, and get them out of there. As soon as you get them out of there, they're no longer gaining health. That's very important. Alright, now anytime that there's Ludicolo and anytime that there's Bouffalant, you must go for the Ludicolo and the Bouffalant. It's super important. You need those bonuses. Your team needs you to have those bonuses. They're very important bonuses, so just make sure that you don't miss out on the opportunity to get those bonuses. They will make you OP in battles, and you can take out Pokemon that normally would give you a lot harder time, and that's super duper important. Plus, you're going to be able to score more, you're going to be able to defeat more Pokemon, you're going to get more XP, you're going to do everything that's going to help you win the game, and you need to be that guy for your team, or that girl for your team. You have to be that person for your team, and make sure that you back everybody up by being the strongest Pokemon on the map. Now you can see I just encountered the other Garchomp, and they are Garbo. They have not even gotten the high enough level to evolve yet. Oh no, they did evolve. They finally did evolve. You can see they're carrying around a max score. Once again, they got 40 points on them. When you carry around a max score, you are visible to everybody on the map. Everybody can see you that you're carrying a max score. It increases your visibility on the map. And there is nothing more satisfying than taking out that other Garchomp and getting the Dreadnought and then going straight up to the top lane and going for the Rotom. But we weren't able to get it. The enemy team split up. That's probably why we were able to get the Dreadnought in the first place. The enemy team should have grouped up and went for the Dreadnought, but they didn't, giving us an advantage. Everybody knows that you have to group up and go for the Dreadnought. All 4 or 5 of your team members should change lanes and go to the bottom lane and be on the Dreadnought when the first Dreadnought spawns. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that, you just heard it. Now you know. You should be doing that. Everybody knows to do that. Guess who won't do it? You just can't get some people to do it. They just won't play correctly. Terrible center lanes. If you're a center lane and you don't go for the first Dreadnought, you're the worst center lane of all time. Please don't be that center lane and don't go for the Dreadnought and don't go help out your team or really do anything. You get so much more XP from the Dreadnought than you do from any Pokemon that's wild on the map. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me that they need to go and fight NPC Pokemon on the map instead of Dreadnought. That's impossible. There's no world where that makes any sense whatsoever. But you'll continue to see people who do it in your match over and over again. Why won't the center lane come for the Dreadnought? It's ridiculous. Can't make them do it. Can't convince them to do it. No matter how much you beg them, sometimes they just won't do it. But it doesn't matter. We don't need them because we can always play our own center lane. That's right. You have all the tips you need right here to call that center lane and know that you're playing it correctly and being that person for your team. Be the MVP for your team. Play the correct center lane. Stop losing games because of these terrible center lanes. Call center lane and go center lane and don't let them take it. If you know that you play it well, then why would you let somebody else take it and play it terrible, right? That's right. That's what I tell myself every time I take that center lane. I'm doing it because I know I'm going to play well and I want to win this game. And playing with 4 random people, you never know who you're going to get. And it's just really, really unfortunate when you get one of those people who play center lane the worst way. They won't score any points. They lose all their battles. They never come in and help do anything. And they just won't score. It's the worst. So anyway, those people do exist. You're not going to be one of those people. You're going to be the MVP in your match because you are going to play the best center lane that you can possibly play because you watched this video. Now go ahead and look at that score. 215 points. And guess who didn't score any points on the enemy team? Once again, same dude. No points. Imagine playing the center lane and getting 0 points. What are you doing the whole match? Anyway, you guys, that is my video. I wanted to tell you all my tips on how to be the best center lane. It's all about being a good teammate. Go back up your team. Get those kills on the enemy team. Create those situations where you can score and get a bunch of knockouts, and you're going to win those games. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my amazing subscribers, and peace.